on my wall that I donate if they take him down there and just shove it right up his gluteus maximus.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock! You gotta let me fly!
And Tommy Kraft.
They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
Light the candle!
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about this, cowboy?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those hall!
Hey, how about that call from Big Keith yesterday? Starting us off strong here on a Football Friday. We welcome you in for the next 2 hours of the Morning Rush. Big C, Tommy Kraft, myself, Ty Richardson, Sean the Fenceman along in a bit. We're trying to do better this week on our Fenceman Friday picks than we did last week. Clay Henry joins us at 10. Then we get a chance to talk with Coach Ken Hatfield at 10:30. Happy to be here this morning. Really a lot to talk about. Being the younger guy of the sports radio team here on ESPN Arkansas, I listened to Clay, Chuck, others talk about the history of this rivalry, the significance of Texas Week. Sam Pittman touched on it, what he's been telling his players earlier this week.
I told them we have to get ready for the atmosphere because the atmosphere is going to be different. It just is. Last time we played them, my second year here, it was just different. And I thought we were ready for the atmosphere. It's a big deal to the state, and we've tried to educate them. And, you know, it's a little bit difficult because none of our kids understood exactly the passion Arkansas has, the rivalry for Texas. And so we started educating them with the 64 team, you know, and Coach Hatfield returning the punt and all that, and then moved forward with 71 and certainly moved to the latest time that we played.
So I ask our wonderful audience at 877-377-6963, what do I need to be educated on? What do I need to know about this rivalry? I'm talking about, hold on.
A whole lot!
Let's stay within the framework of the question that's about to be posed on this rivalry.
You're the one that put it on a tee.
Yeah. 877-377.
And that was Clay yelling in the back of the room. By the way.
Yes, Clay all the way from Norfolk.
I could hear him.
He's screaming.
A lot.
He's screaming. It's that echo that you hear. You know how you hear the fire, you hear the tornado drill across the state or in various pockets of our state on Wednesdays at 12 o'clock. That was Clay's echo that you heard all the way across our radio airwaves, even though he's going to be joining us in about an hour.
What do you need to know?
I know,
I think one thing to know.
You won in 64. You lost in 69. Football team hadn't been the same since. I know that my dad's friend Mike Boschetti got clipped on that long touchdown for Texas that they didn't throw a flag on. Shouldn't have been a touchdown. They ended up winning that game. Like, I know that. But I need some more substantial evidence. I need some more moments of either Whitehead, Texas, or what I just need to know about this game in a nutshell at 877-377-6963, Tommy.
Well, you need to know that as Razorback fans, we talk only about the wins and the miserable losses.
There we go.
There's a lot more losses than there are wins in the series. I have tried to educate you about the 69 game, which was before I was born, but I often wonder, where would our program be? Where would our state be? What would our mindset and personality as people be had we won that game? I think it's a huge crossroads, a huge, like, you know, the archaeologists talk about the line and rocks, and you can tell, hey, some major event happened here. Sea change, volcanoes erupted, something. That's one of those lines in the history, not just of our program, but our state. When you came up short in 69, I think it forever changed us.
Okay. Well, this is kind of perfect because I set myself up earlier, but I'm going to set you up right here. You know why? It's the refs screwed us over, Tommy. They screwed us over 100%, 100%. They've screwed us over every meaningful step along the way. When Arkansas ever needed something significant to go their way in the Southwest Conference, SEC, or anything else, there was always a zebra that stood in the way of glory in this state. And that's where we are here this morning on a Football Friday.
Hey, we are brought to you by the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue. You can take that Rogue out and boost some great fish. And our buddy Sean's here. He can tell you that Rogues work really well. And right now, as the water's cooling down, you can take that out on the river, and it'll suspend that strike zone longer, helping you catch more fish. Find the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LearnEd.com, and tackle stores everywhere. It's the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue.
This is Gilbert McElroy up here in Little Rock at War Memorial Stadium. I'm the groundskeeper.
Yes, sir, Mr. McElroy.
Putting y'all's name in our south end zone, and he added an extra S.
How do you mean that?
Well, what I mean is that it's TEXASS.
I think what I need to do, sir, is I think I need to get in touch with Coach Broyles right now.
No, hold.
McElroy, I'm going to be calling Coach Broyles right now.
This is Craig O'Neill of B98.5 in Little Rock, Arkansas. You've just been a star of Candid Radio. Suey!
You had me good. There are no two S's on
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
That still holds up
still
into
great.
2024. I remember, so my mom, before she passed away, I remember this vividly as a kid. I got a chance to meet one of the great broadcasters in our state, and he's not dead, but he's just not doing it anymore, Craig O'Neill. And I thought, I can't remember if this was before or after that prank call, but I just thought meeting him, it was one of the most incredible memories as a young kid in your life. When I'm Tommy, you have broadcasters.
Almost like your first day of working with me, right?
It's the equivalent. It's like the
right there on Mount Rushmore together.
What's the balancing thing, Tommy? What's the balance?
Scales?
The scale, yeah. When you have
Scale
a scale,
of justice?
no. Well, it's more complex than a scale. You know what I'm talking about? It's got one on one side and one on the other, and it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
It's basically neck and neck.
Yeah.
So
Well, he would be, if we had a Mount Rushmore of broadcasters in our state, he would certainly be in that conversation.
he's pretty up there. We welcome in our friend Sean, the fence man. Sean, have you ever had a call from a potential customer or something crazy? Again, a little different clientele, but has something ever been like so off the wall that you just kind of
Anybody
paused?
Roy D. Mercered you?
Yeah,
So-
they just kind of like, you kind of listen to it and you're like, there's no way that's an actual call that I just received here.
Yeah. I mean, we have done some stuff, and actually, when it comes in and you think about it, you're like, maybe yes and no. And so, we actually have two customers that called in and wanted cat containment systems.
Cat containment systems.
Yes. And
Okay.
we have done the research and we have installed them.
Cat containment systems.
Yes, to go
Okay.
on top of a fence to keep your precious cat inside.
Okay.
And, and they work. It's pretty neat.
I'm going to be honest, Sean. When you say that at first, I was thinking, you know, those mini houses that you sometimes see in the house that it's a weird
Yeah.
material or something like that. I was
Right.
thinking that it was when you say that, it was something in the house that you had to make. No, but you're talking about something additional to
Yes.
a fence that you
To a
probably
fence.
built
Yes.
already.
Yeah.
Over
and
the top of that.
Over
Wow.
the top of the fence. It's a netting system, spring-loaded netting system that allows the cat, when it starts to crawl up, it actually dumps the cat back into the fence.
Okay.
And then we can add to the outside of your fence a thing called coyote rollers. It's like your old mama's rolling pin, right?
Okay.
Imagine that
Coyote
mounted all
roller.
the way around the outside of your fence. So if you have a coyote or a wild animal who wants to crawl up and get into your fence, it hits that roller and they fall right back off. And we've installed those here, and we've installed them in Northwest Arkansas.
You know,
Can you do anything like that to keep Longhorn fans out?
we need a really big roller.
and have you ever done that? No, we live in Arkansas, so this isn't a problem, but you probably have friends in other pockets of the United States. Like when we were in Florida, the gator fences, like the gator screened in fences and stuff. And we're on this golf course, and I asked my friends, I was like, why are these here? It's like, because the gators will come up into the house if you don't build them. I was like, that's a thing. So coyotes, or
Yep.
let's see, coyote rollers,
Yep.
cat containment system.
And snake deterrent fence.
Okay. Explain that.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're going off the wall this
So
morning.
so we had a job over in Oklahoma for a utility company. Wanted us to put a real tight, like 1/4 by 1/4 inch steel mesh
Okay.
that goes up the fence. And then goes down in the ground, and it keeps rodents and snakes from getting into the system.
Ooh, Can I get one between mine and Ty's chair? Is there any way you could build me one just between me and Ty?
I don't think I have anything tough enough for that wild animal.
He's talking about the dog that's sitting right next to you each and every morning. All right, that's your opening drive here this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at First Financial Mortgage. Call Ethan for any mortgage need at 479-782-9300 or go online to ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender. So do we want to go into our picks? Do we want to take PA's call? Do we want to read some text? I can't see your face because of the screen. Tell me what we need to do.
The main thing is I can't see your face.
Well,
that's true.
It's a win-win for a lot of different parties, but I need to know what we're doing here.
Let's take PA's call.
I've been at PA. It's been a while. Where you been, buddy? PA and Texarkana this morning, right on the state line.
Hey, guys. Reason I called, I heard your opening conversation. We're talking about you wanted to know things about the Texas, Arkansas. Texas doesn't see it as a rivalry, but we do. But anyway, a 10-year-old. My dad was a state legislator from Ouachita County, Camden, Arkansas. And back in those days, they gave tickets, 2 complimentary tickets to each legislator and state senator. So my dad was not into football, but I'll carry you to the Texas-Arkansas game at the end of the year, and as your birthday present, son. I said, okay. Had no idea what this was going to turn out to be. It was my first game, and it was that. So if you want to know anything about those days, those times, from that was the time, in the times they couldn't play Dixie. They had just banned playing Dixie by the band, the Arkansas band. Let's see, we went to the pep rally right across from the at the Golly. Excuse me. The pep rally at the Greek Theater up there. It was, even back then it was up there at the Greek Theater. And anything you want to know, like, do you want to know what the Texas Longhorns went to see the night before the game and claimed it was because the reason they went to see a movie, and they said they got off to a slow start because they were traumatized by this particular movie? Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well,
the original one.
Yeah.
They went to see it in Fayetteville, and they claimed that's why they got off to a slow start in the game. Let's see. I was there. Nixon and Agnew and George Bush Sr. and
69.
Billy Graham. They all walked. We were right there on the 40-yard line on that side of it, and they walked right up in front of us and up about 10, 15 rows.
Yeah. PA, thanks for the walk down memory lane. Everyone's got their story.
Quick question. Should Texas see this as a rivalry?
I think there's you got the should they? Yes. Will they? No, I think they do, but it's just not a high priority.
Here's my next question. Why should they? Why should Texas consider Arkansas a rivalry?
History.
Okay. Even though that Arkansas has been dominated throughout the history of this game.
Yes.
If you're a Texas fan, you think this is worth to put even Arkansas in the top 3 of your listed rivals. A&M's above it. Oklahoma's above it. Is Arkansas even at 3?
Who else would be at 3?
Probably an old Southwest Conference team. They might value Tech. Yeah, A&M and Oklahoma
are 1 and 2.
Yeah. You got Missouri. So
I don't even know if Arkansas is 3 on their list. It doesn't matter, but I'm curious when you come from this vantage point perspective.
Let them think that. Then maybe we'll sneak up on them a little bit more here.
This is also a fans game. This is more not so much.
That's right.
It's a fans game. The fans are going to have the back and forth between each other that you got to get ready for.
You know, and I can't remember if it was Chuck or Bo that said something this morning, but you know how like when you're coming into Fayetteville and you see opposing fans, there's some you're not like the biggest fan of, but you're cordial, right? You're nice and you're pleasant, and I've tried to be that. But I don't think that Arkansas fans are like that towards Texas fans.
Well,
and I can tell you that because my cousin went to Texas, and she told me that she goes, Ty, I was like, are you meaning the sound of Dixie? She goes, no, I've never been cussed at more on a weekend than I was here in Fayetteville after 2021. And I felt bad for her. She's like a senior in college, and I felt bad for her and her friends. But then at the same time, I was like, yeah, that pretty much sums up this game in a nutshell.
Well, my first trip to Texas with my parents for vacation one time, we were driving along, and everybody's giving us the favorite first bird. And I'm like,
just with Arkansas plates?
We had Arkansas plates, and I couldn't understand. So I was like, Texas people are horrible.
We're playing golf in Dallas, and we'll finish this off real quick before we get to our picks. And I wore an Arkansas polo. And the guy was like considering not letting me play and not letting me pay a greens fee because I was wearing an Arkansas polo. And I was like, all right, man, do you. All right, let's get into our picks from last week, see how they went.
All right, by God, let's see how much you believe in Florida, Clay. We'll start there. Florida at Texas. Texas laying 21.5. Now, let's see how much you believe in Napier now.
Yeah, with the walk-on quarterback, Texas will roll. Yeah.
Sean, Texas or Florida?
I'm sorry. I'm probably going to lose this one, but I can't. I'm not going with Texas. Forget it.
About half right. I'm going Texas.
Yeah, there
Texas
you go.
21.5. Georgia's laying 2.5 to the Ole Miss Rebels. Sean, we'll start with you. You like Ole Miss or Georgia on the road tomorrow afternoon?
Give me Ole Miss.
Clay?
I mean, Georgia's got the better team, and I'm just going to – I think that they'll cover.
2.5's not enough. I'll take Georgia and give the 2.5. South Carolina at Vanderbilt. Vandy has had the hot hand. 3.5's the line with the Gamecocks laying 3.5 on the road in Nashville. Clay, do you like the hot-handed Commodores, or do you like South Carolina, who rolled up A&M last week?
I'm going against South Carolina more than I am picking Vanderbilt.
Sean?
I want Vanderbilt to beat South Carolina, so maybe it won't look so bad on us.
I like Vandy. I think Vandy may be the better team in this deal. They're at home, so I'll take Vandy and the 3.5 points. Mississippi State is in Knoxville at Tennessee. The Volunteers giving up 24.5 points on the Bet Saracen line. Sean, you like the Vols in over 3 touchdowns, or do you like Mississippi State catching those 24 points?
No, I'll take the Vols. The Vols are going to do it.
I'd go Tennessee.
I'm going to take Mississippi State. Tennessee wins the game. Alabama's giving up 3 points in Baton Rouge. Sean, you like the Crimson?
All right, it gets worse. I'm doing you guys a favor. It gets worse. Let's go ahead and get into some this week. Do you want to pick? I had this down. I'll give you all an option. Do you guys want to pick the Tyson Paul fight? Tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Tyson is an underdog in this one in our Fence Man Friday picks. Let's just start there. On the Bet Saracen app, Mike Tyson is plus 160 as an underdog, Tommy.
I'll take Paul.
Young guy or old guy?
I'll take the youth.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the youth as well. I heard he had a custom earpiece made.
Really
smart.
Ask
Evander Holyfield.
I can't. Both the Paul brothers drive me insane. So out of just despite, I'm gonna take Mike Tyson, even though I think Jake Paul wins. All right, before we move on to some SEC football, guys, we've got the Battle of the Ravine this weekend. Ouachita Baptist against Henderson State. The Reddies are a 6.5 point underdog, Tommy, in this one. I've never been in that game. Phil's told me about it. I want to go. I'm going to take OBU in this one. They got a big win earlier this year against Harding, so I'll take Ouachita Baptist.
My dad went to Ouachita Baptist, graduated from there, played a year for Buddy Bob Benson there. I'm going with OBU.
I thought you were going to say Henderson State.
Yeah.
All right. Henderson State or OBU?
I'm going to go opposite of you guys. Give me the state.
Give me Henderson State.
Yep.
All right, on that one. All right, moving on to some SEC football. The LSU Tigers going to Gainesville to take on Florida. Florida's only a 4-point underdog in this game, Tommy. At home in the Swamp. Who do you like?
LSU.
I like LSU too, Sean.
They got to come back from last week.
Yeah.
LSU.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Missouri takes on South Carolina, where the Gamecocks are 13.5 point favorites. I've been saying it all week. I'm not changing it now. I'm going to take South Carolina to win by like 3 touchdowns in this one. I think Gamecocks big.
Which
Tommy.
Columbia is it at?
It is at Columbia East, so it's in South Carolina.
Give me the Gamecocks.
Yep, I'm with you guys.
Although there's something with Missouri in the way they have, they have been lucky lately. I mean, the way they won that game against OU at the end, holy smokes.
But against the 2 best teams they played all year, A&M and Alabama, they've gotten blown out. So that's why I like South Carolina. Tennessee at Georgia. I know that Trevor Etienne is not going to play it for the Bulldogs, but it doesn't sound like Nico's playing for Tennessee. Georgia is a 9.5 point favorite at home, Sanford Stadium, between the hedges. All dogs in this one, Tommy.
Yep, Georgia.
Nope. Vols.
Going Tennessee?
I'm going to go Vols.
Flipping it. All right.
Oh, yeah.
The line on the Bet Saracen app, it has slowly gone the other direction this week towards Arkansas. Arkansas is now a 12.5 point underdog in this game as they host the Texas Longhorns. Tommy, I don't care how low it goes. I'm still taking Texas in this one, unfortunately. I've got the Longhorns winning.
So Ty hates the Razorbacks.
I hate the Razorbacks. I hate I can't get over it. I can't
Ty
get over
hates
that
the
team.
Razorbacks. He hates his alma
Just
mater.
a terrible human being.
Is there a radio station in Austin that needs to hire somebody?
They probably wouldn't take me either.
Give me Texas.
After all that, give me Texas. All right, Sean, do it.
I can't.
Do
I
it.
can't go Texas. No way. No way. No how. Ain't happening. I don't care.
All right,
I'll
well-
take the loss on the point.
All right, we can do a prop bet real quick. A combination of Taylon Green and Jaquindon Jackson, 350 or more total yards. Do they hit that? I think it's like plus. I think it was like plus 200 something on the bet.
Say
station.
say that again.
Taylon Green, Jaquindon Jackson, 350 or more
Combined.
total yards combined.
Passing and receiving.
Running.
I mean,
more
passing
so.
and rushing.
Yeah.
I'd say
And you
receiving.
can, I mean, he could
Passing
catch.
and
He
rushing.
could catch something out of the backfield. Total yards, if you want to add that too.
All right. I'm going to go under.
Gonna go under.
Under.
You know, I take this bet in this one. I think that Jaquindon has himself a good day, as does Taylon. It's just not enough against Quinn Ewers in that Texas offense.
Hey, we talked about all the kind of the quirky fences you can build. I saw yesterday on your Facebook page you do those like arms, the motorized arms that go up and down like
Yes.
parking lot control. Y'all do those too?
We do it all. Yeah, we just installed some vertical pivot lift gates, really nice, and some barrier arm gates. I probably need to do a
That'd
better
be
job.
really impressive. I knew exactly what you're talking about.
So yeah, we've been stepping up our game in that side of the heavy commercial world. It's intense and
Hey.
pressure, but we've pulled it off and it's looking really nice.
These guys are the favorite. They're favored by 3 touchdowns. If you need a fence, you call the fence man. 782-3936. My buddy Sean, the fence man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
There's never been anything like this.
This is the Morning Rush.
Best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hawk fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter and Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based brands.
He means the website, which is shop on Razorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
It does my heart good when Texas football, Texas basketball, and Texas baseball suck.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
The long wait is almost over, Waldron. Wave Rural Connect will be opening the Waldron Zone for orders November the 18th. If you registered before the 18th, you still need to put in your product order when Waldron opens. Amazing fiber internet and phone, all from a local provider in Ozark, Arkansas, is coming to Waldron. Pre-register online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Stop by the Golf Nut today and check out the full line of lab putters featuring Lie-Angle balanced technology. Lab putters were used by 14% of professionals in the 2024 Masters Tournament. All models of the new Scotty Cameron Phantom putters are in stock, including the longer 38-inch model. Come discover the biggest selection of name brand clubs, apparel, and accessories in the region. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop for over 30 years.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The paint store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
If you knew all that Jody's Auto Service Centers can do for your vehicle and you'd never take your vehicle anywhere else. My fleet is small, 14 trucks and cars. It's a struggle every day with parts, employees, and scheduling, but one thing I never worry about is vehicles. Jody's has special fleet pricing, special in and out service, or free shuttle and pickup and delivery service. And they do everything, service, repair, and maintenance. That makes my life much easier. All my vehicles go to Jody's. Latest technology and highly trained technicians means we could do it all. From the most highly technical repairs to everyday oil change specials, tires, everything, even diesels. Jody'sAuto.com schedule free shuttle service or pickup and delivery. Get a tire quote, get financing. Jody's Auto Service Centers, voted best of the best by our customers year after year. We're your neighbor since 1984 with 3 full-service locations in Fort Smith and Van Buren. See for yourself at JODYSAuto.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
We were just talking about Taylon Green and Jaquina Jackson, the odds that they could go over a certain amount of yards in our Fence Man Friday segment. Well, here's Taylon when he got asked earlier about playing this week.
Yeah, I'm good to go. I'm good to go. I'm grateful it's a bye week, so.
Get healthy. Get ready for the Longhorns. Him, Jaquina Jackson, Andrew Armstrong, a bunch of other Texas kids on this roster as they prepare for one of the best teams in college football in town this weekend. Darius Acuff and Malik Thomas, recent signees for the Arkansas basketball program, have been named to the Naismith Player of the Year watch list. Tommy, did you read that email that Mike Kaywood, the basketball communications director, sent out, just kind of detailing the 5 stars and the setup for everything?
It was pretty extensive, wasn't it? Pretty detailed. I mean, it was a long email. It was a long read. So a lot of, but I think that's what we got to get used to. That's the thought I get. We're not used to this here.
Listen,
it's part of the process.
Listen to this. Listen to this stat right here. Acuff and Thomas became the 55th and 56th ESPN 5-stars to commit to Cal since 2007. 55th and 56th.
There haven't been that many in the history of our program. I don't know. Did it
How
say
many?
there?
Yeah, how many do you think in the history of Arkansas program on 24/7 Sports? How many players do you think ranked as a 5-star that are not Cal signed guys? It's a single digit number.
I was going to say less than 10. I think it's 7.
7. You got it.
7.
You nailed it. BJ Young.
I remember reading that yesterday, but I mean, that was my point. And what I was going to drive at, I think you could combine football and basketball all-time 5 stars and probably not get to the number Cal's got.
No, not even
and
close.
then multiply it by 2 and not get there.
Because they didn't have the recruiting rankings way, way back then in football. Yeah. But B.J. Young, Olu Famatimi, Jordan Walsh, Anthony Black, Nick Smith Jr., and Al Jefferson, who never made it to campus, are guys that signed 5-star wise with the University of Arkansas. Pretty remarkable, different time, different level. You had the, I guess, number 1 recruiting class in 95, I guess it was. Corliss was the number 1 player coming out of his class, but pretty amazing. Women's basketball team won last night, 93-65 over UT Arlington, and women's volleyball has 2 road matchups this weekend. Oxford tonight, Baton Rouge on Sunday. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning on a beautiful Football Friday. It's brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, a lot to get to still here. Sam Pittman, heard some stuff from him that I haven't gotten a chance to play with yet this week. We'll get to that coming up in just a sec. For now, we talked to our friend Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources, who I got a chance to swing by yesterday. Larry, I have yet to congratulate you on the best of the River Valley, best used car dealership. Sign I saw earlier in the dealership this week. Congratulations, man.
Well, thank you. We're really proud of that, and we want to thank everybody who voted for us. It's a big honor. You know, they voted the best used car dealership in the River Valley. We're really excited about that. And one of the big reasons is that we sell a higher quality product. Road Ready certified used cars. You're not going to find a better used car anywhere than Road Ready certified. Only available at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. The rest of it really is, it just comes down to customer service. Our guys like doing what they do. They like helping you find exactly the right car, exactly the right financing, get that price and payment where it fits your budget, get you driving better. With the Meineke Car Care Center, too, that great service after the sale, it keeps folks coming back. We get ahead of your car, your maintenance, and your repairs back there in the Meineke. Make sure you have a terrific ownership experience in that vehicle. And, it really does add up to a better way to drive, or rolling with Rath, or whatever we're calling it this week. It really is a better way to take care of all your transportation needs in one spot. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center up in Springdale, the Mitsubishi store. They're selling more and more of these Outlanders all the time. If you haven't looked at that vehicle, it's just the right size, great styling, absolutely beautiful inside and out, great fuel economy, the best warranty you can get on a new vehicle with the Outlanders, and also special rates as low as 0.99% for 60 months. They got rebates stacked up to about $3,500. It's just a terrific time to check out a brand new Outlander or a premium pre-owned vehicle, a Road Ready certified vehicle at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Check us out online, rathauto.com.
Hey, Tommy, Larry let me in one of his cars this week. When are you going to let me drive your car? Because Larry was going to let me drive his car. It was beautiful.
Larry, that's not a good idea.
You don't think so?
Well, the popcorn stand was right in front of the blue Mustang that I got in. I was scared that I was going to actually put it out of park and just run through
I just want to be real clear. He's there on his own personal business, Larry. That is
you can't sue the what he's saying. If I screw something up, you can't sue the radio station.
I'm making this a public declaration right now. He is on his own.
Let's just get that out there right now.
Exactly.
No, we really enjoy having time around. Okay.
You're the one,
You can at any time.
All right, Larry.
Absolutely.
See you soon, brother.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great day.
That's
Thank
Larry
you. Folks,
Rath.
come and see us.
That's Larry Rath, Rath Auto Resources, and David Rath at Rath Mitsubishi. I tell you what, when you get into a nice blue Mustang and you hear that engine roar, it gets your juices flowing a little bit. My juices haven't flown or really been flying at all when it comes to this Texas game. I need someone to get me fired up.
Yeah.
Something else needs to flow too.
There we go.
Oxygen to my brain.
Bourbon. I need the bourbon to flow right now. Get me through this next hour and a half. Oh my!
Clay,
Lord,
I'm sure
mercy.
Clay will have some constructive criticism in about 25 minutes from now.
I'm sure it will be constructive. Brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72, off of I-49 in Springdale. The best brands when it comes to Grand Design, Forest River, Brinkley. They take care of all of those, and they give you a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell at Wheels RV. 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
Cheering for the other SEC schools
is like cheering for the devil because he's in the Bible. I'm not going to do it.
This is the Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
And this is Matt, and we're at the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baum-Walker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based brands.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
This is the Morning Rush.
Here in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Deer hunting in the comfort of an enclosed 6x6 Lazy Man fiberglass box blind. It's affordable at Jelco Outdoors. Lazy Man Fat Girl Blinds, built here in Fort Smith with your choice of 6-foot or 10-foot tower blind platforms, starting at $22.99.99. Box blinds are great for taking the kids, with plenty of room and out of the weather. Check out the deer blinds at Jelco Outdoors. Hunt longer in the comfort of a Lazy Man box blind, sold locally at Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Are you tired of the overcrowded fitness centers? Would you like a fitness option where you can actually work out? Then let's hang out. The Hangout is Fort Smith's newest fitness facility. It has an 8,000 square foot gym, indoor tennis, pickleball, and basketball with more sports coming soon. The Hangout offers group and individual training in the gym and boasts 3 active tennis pros to help you grow your game. Stop in today at 5400 Gary Street or thehangoutfs.com for more information. Be a part of something different. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
It's the Christmas open house with a big 2-day sale at the Solid Rock. Friday and Saturday, the 22nd and 23rd. Enjoy the festive Christmas atmosphere and enjoy savings throughout the store. Select Caruso shirts for $12, women's devotionals for less than $8, and brand new personalized jewelry. Tons of door prizes and sales, and traditional wassail will be served. Come kick off the Christmas season at the Solid Rock. Located next to Sam's Club on South 74th in Fort Smith, the Solid Rock, serving the River Valley for over 48 years.
ColorWorks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. ColorWorks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work. Look
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, and we're inside of Lily's Sandwich Shop in the Bakery District in downtown Fort Smith. I'm with my guy, Josefa. Today, it was the French toast turkey melt, but other daily specials every single day.
Yeah, Ty, we just kind of want everybody to know that we're not just sandwiches around here. We have all kinds of different specials. There's always something different right here at Lily's Sandwich Shop.
Award-winning Lily's Sandwich Shop in the Bakery District in downtown Fort Smith. Don't believe me? Talk to Lily.
My name is Lily. My papa makes the best sandwiches at Lily's Sandwich Shop. Come by and see him at the Bakery District today.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at CarPathSocial.com.
All right, CarPath Social Morning Rush Daily Question as we get ready for the Arkansas-Texas game. I thought you asked a really good one earlier about
juices.
About what?
I
No.
thought that's what you're talking
Juices
about.
flowing is what he said.
No.
Your juices
I was
flowing?
going, well, they were. Now the faucet's been
Now it's
shut
limp.
off. No, well, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Sorry, go ahead.
What are we doing?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Is this thing, are we on the air?
Yes.
Is this an actual on-air conversation? We're being paid to do this? Anyway.
I think so. I think I'll get paid in, 4 days? 5
Well,
days?
that's becoming more and more questionable. What was my question? Big C, my question was going to be about, you asked about Taylor Green and combining rushing yards. And now I have no idea where my
it's
train of thought was.
349.5.
Right, but I was going to head another direction and talk about Texas and their passing yards because Arkansas's secondary has just been porous. And I'm being kind, right? What
you want to match it? You've got.
So here's my question: 3.5 passing touchdowns over under tomorrow for Texas.
Over. I'm
gonna look on Bet Saracen and see what they've got. If they even have that up, they may.
Texas has. Wow, that's weird. Texas has the number 10 passing offense in the country in terms of yardage. You know who's directly behind them?
Arkansas.
Yeah. What the hell? There's no way that's right. 2024. Yeah. I bet it's different. That's
3.5 passing
overall
touchdowns in the game.
Hey, maybe it's going to be a high-scoring affair. Yeah, I'd say over. Big C.
If they get over 3.5 passing touchdowns, we're going to lose. So I think he has 2 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, because we've talked about some of the different scenarios and 21 points in this game for Arkansas. Can they achieve that? This game's going to be like the Tennessee game. If you're going to have a chance in the end, it's because you kept Texas off the board and you kept Texas to like 24 points or less, which no one believes you can do.
I don't.
Because their defense is just too dadgum good to think you're going to win a shootout.
Let me ask you this. You've done radio with me for 6 years now. Much of it you probably want to forget. But is this the most hopeless you've heard me talk about a game leading up to a game this week, just based on the odds?
Yeah, you have not had, and usually what happens with you, because you're easily
Manipulated, swayed.
easily persuaded by other people's arguments. You'll hear somebody make a point, and you'll say, ooh, that's really good, and you'll latch onto it, and it becomes your argument.
No.
But as this week has moved on, and generally what happens after a loss, you're down in the dumps, you're mad, you want to kill all the refs, the announcers were against us, that cost us the game. And then by about Wednesday, the worm turns, and by Friday, we're going to win by 3 touchdowns. And you have not swayed off of your position this week. So clearly you haven't been listening to the opinion of others or your text group where you, I think, generally find most of your influence.
What I've learned over my short 29, soon to be 30 years of life is there are some people who are older than you that are actually smarter and more intelligent. And so when people discuss things and they look at it from different perspectives, that causes me sometimes to change my opinion. I'm not one of those millennials that is just so bullish and steadfast in his belief that he can't take constructive criticism or think outside of his deranged brain from time to time. So I look at it from a
what's
full
happened this
sphere. No one's convinced me this is going to be a game tomorrow. I have not heard one solid argument. Have
but
you heard?
here's the deal. I have not heard anyone trying to convince anyone.
Honest to God, have any of you heard a solid argument from anyone that you respect from a football credibility, acumen, whatever standpoint that leads you to believe that this is going to be a good game tomorrow? Outside of emotion in the beat Texas week. You know, I don't like looking at games like that. I hate this school, the one in Austin. But there's just no like. And again, I know the old adage, well, it's why you don't play the games on paper, Ty. It's why you play them on the field. That's all well and good. And maybe I was saying the same thing before Tennessee. I didn't feel great about that, and they won that game. So, sports radio.
Did Tennessee have an off day? Was that their worst
they
performance?
just had, they had an off day, and the redshirt freshman quarterback, the kid you're playing tomorrow, has played a lot of college football.
Exactly.
And you've got
So the game, and Sarkisian's talked about this, game comes down to turnovers, right? You've got to have a defense that can force some turnovers. And give me a reason why I believe in that secondary this week that's got, was it 3 players that are on the injury list? I guess we get an update later today.
Braxton.
Give me a reason.
Selman Bridges.
The defensive line, if they're not able to get home, they're going to have to get their hands up.
Who's the other one?
They're going to have to deflect some passes and get some turnovers that way.
Yeah, Anthony Switzer. Good job. Thank you. I couldn't remember the other one. Yeah. So Selman really hadn't played this year, but that. If I remember correctly, this is a text from B in Clarksville. Tennessee was the offensive juggernaut that Texas is expected to be. Tennessee was a 20-point favorite over Arkansas at Arkansas. I don't remember what that line was. I don't think it was 20 plus or 20. I thought it was closer, like 16.
If Arkansas does pull the upset, are we going to cost the school $500,000 tomorrow?
No,
are we going to be smart enough?
No,
Are we going to be smarter?
No, they're not going to be smarter.
Because it's the students that do it.
Well, you're on the.
I'm on the make the students pay for it bandwagon.
Just charge them to the student. What you should do is they have student IDs, right? You enter the student ID.
Oh, here's what you do. You lock the gates once they're in there on the field. And if you're on the field, you're going to have to Venmo the school like $25, $50 to get out. That's what we got to start doing.
You get a free Tuss beer if you do that.
If you're on the field, we're going to just lock the gate, the tunnels, we're going to set up Venmo and PayPal and Cash App stations, and because none of them have actual money. And, we're going to start collecting $50 a head or whatever. Do the math, whatever it needs to be. That's what we're going to do. Hunter, that's a free one. I'll just give you that one.
I don't think I don't think that's a bad idea.
We're gonna have false imprisonment here, and we're gonna hold you hostage till someone cash apps you $50, and you can send it. Somebody's got to send me $50 on your behalf
somehow, some way.
Yeah.
All right, that is your.
You're not getting out of here.
All right, so do we all say over on 3.5 again?
I'll go under.
You're going under?
I'll go under.
You're going 2.
But you picked Texas. You picked Texas.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Christian and Nate just put up an awesome video on their Instagram account. Go to Cart Pass Social, Facebook, Instagram, cartpasssocial.com of their new 2-man golf league starting the first week of December. They're incredible courses all over the United States. Not just the ones in Arkansas. You can play the Blessings if you want to. Over 500 to choose from. These are major courses, folks. You can play.
And you won't lose the ball if you play the Blessings there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. CartPassSocial.com. 122 Grant Place in Lowell in the heart of Northwest Arkansas. Cart Pass Social, the #1 indoor golf facility in all of Arkansas.
I'm sure Mr. Tyson's listening right now. Mr. Tyson, if you'd like me and Ty to come deposit some golf balls in the deep rough and the out of bounds and the ravine areas. I've yet to play your course. We could come make a donation to the lost ball collection at the Blessing.
Happily, we'll do I'll do a show Talent Fearless, and then we can play golf after.
Or talentless,
or talentless. I have both.
But maybe it'll get his juices flowing.
Both of those will fly. Like I'm gonna be honest, I blacked out what I said at the end of last segment. What did I actually say?
Let's not review.
You know,
the tape.
sometimes that
Go review the tape during the break.
Well, okay, there's two types of blacking out, right? There's one when you consume too much alcohol, which I've done plenty of times, and then there's the one where you say something or you experience something and you don't remember that moment of what happened. And the latter is
that
what
happens
happened.
to you often when your mouth is moving. You don't really actually hear the actual words and the order in which those words come out.
No.
That's why we're trying to get the corporate subscription to Grammarly, and we're going to get the whole thing to you. So.
Yeah, I'd like to learn another language, but I probably need to master the one.
How about we learn English first?
Speak on the daily verses first.
We'll ask Clay his opinion on that coming up in about 10 minutes.
Hong Kong Sui
there you
now
go.
joins us here
My
on
man.
the hotline. 877-377-6963.
What's going on, guys?
Where you been, son?
Man, I'm just working a lot. Just wanted to kind of weigh in on what Ty was talking about. Nobody's convinced him of any good reason the Hogs will win this week. And honestly, there's probably not one. It just, we're just probably not good enough to win, to beat them, very often. But the good news is that, the game hasn't been played yet, and it is Texas, and weird things happen. There's been upsets every week, so I'm going to go into it the same way I go into every game, hoping to win, planning to win, planning to celebrate at the end. As to the storming the field thing, I don't think they're going to do anything to stop these kids from storming the field. I think it would be bad for the university if they did. The excitement, when it happens, that gets seen on social media and stuff, I think it's worth more to them than $500,000 over time. Just my opinion. But yeah, no, I don't really see much chance of us pulling this one off short of Texas, just cracking the bed. Our secondary's too dinged up at this point, and they're gonna do either what LSU did, or they're gonna do what Ole Miss did. Just depends on which way we decide to play it.
You're supposed to, and thanks for the call, Hong Kong Sui. Dwight McLaughlin was your best cover corner last year. He's now in the National Football League, I think, playing for the Vikings. Your supposed best cover corner this year is Jalen Braxton, and he hasn't played since the Oklahoma State game. That has hurt you, or it did not showcase itself till you played a really good quarterback in Garrett Nussmeier. Then you followed it up with Jackson Dart, and now you got to take on Quinn Ewers, who might be the best quarterback in the Southeastern Conference.
Doesn't improve your position, and maybe that's where we're at. Texas is the better team. You're counting on Texas mistakes and turnovers and an upset to win. But that's where you find yourself when you're playing top 5 teams.
I'm saving this next call. Brian has called in. I'm waiting until Clay gets on in about 8 minutes from now because I would like to play Big Keith's call from yesterday and let Clay sick Brian for us. I'm just gonna sit back and watch.
All right, after the game tomorrow, stop by our friends at Andy's Frozen Custards for a sweet treat. You could take home the Pick 6, mix and match any of your 6 favorite flavors for a perfect Beat Texas treat with Andy's Frozen Custards. They're in Conway on Dave Ward and also on Oak. They're in North Little Rock on JFK Boulevard. They're in Fort Smith on Rogers Avenue as well. It's Andy's Frozen Custards. Locations all over the place. Stop in and see them in Fort Smith, Conway, and North Little Rock. Andy's Frozen Custards. Walk up or drive through. They are ready to serve you.
Kyle is driving up from Ayaz, Texas right now. 10 hours. South Texas up the hill. First time on the hill, apparently, for Kyle. Kyle, be safe on your drive up here, man. We look forward to seeing you this week and the rest of Razorback Nation in Fayetteville for the Arkansas-Texas game tomorrow. Hour 2 coming up. Clay Henry and Coach Ken Hatfield joins us. Not a better person on God's green earth to talk Texas, Arkansas than Coach. He joins us at 10:30. Hour 2 is next.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using an Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
The long wait is almost over, Waldron. Wave Rural Connect will be opening the Waldron Zone for orders November the 18th. If you registered before the 18th, you still need to put in your product order when Waldron opens. Amazing fiber internet and phone, all from a local provider in Ozark, Arkansas, is coming to Waldron. Pre-register online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Life.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch, and Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Hi, this is Melissa with True Grit Running Company. Is someone special to you missing out on life because of foot pain? Let's face it, if your feet hurt, you don't want to go anywhere. Give the gift of freedom. Check out our store for all kinds of options to benefit your special someone. We have perfect gifts for those suffering from a variety of foot issues, such as plantar fasciitis, bunions, tendonitis, diabetes care, neuropathy, or just tired and achy feet. Visit us today at True Grit Running Company, 6808 Rogers Avenue, Suite B, behind Chick-fil-A.
Presented by Sharp Equipment. The merger of two good companies brings together strengths to make one great company. Regerson is now Sharp Equipment. Even though it will no longer have Joe, Jesse, or Sheila as they go off on another adventure, the foundation they have laid is now a strong asset along with Sharp Equipment to complement its offerings to their great customers. Sharp Equipment would like to thank the Taylors and look forward to continuing to serve the River Valley and beyond. Stop in at 5608 Wheeler Avenue and see what all Sharp Equipment has to offer.
The best things never change, they just get better. Like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Choose from juicy charbroiled double cheeseburgers, melty hot ham and cheeses, or hand-breaded chicken tender wraps. 2 full-size favorites plus fries and a drink, all just $6.99. There's no skimping in this bag. No junior burgers or tiny nuggies, just full-size goodness for big-time value. The $6.99 Original Bag, only at Hardee's. These items only, tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high temperatures today into the low to mid 60s. Nice and clear tonight. Overnight low in the upper 30s. Sunny skies. A high will be right around the mid 60s on Saturday, and then limited sunshine upper 60s to low 70s on Sunday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith. This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
If they lose, can Big Keith shove that steer up your ass? Is that okay?
He'll bring it, but tell you what.
Is that a binding agreement? He can shove it up your ass?
No problem. You know, it's the same thing.
It's a binding agreement.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. If Arkansas wins this game, Big Keith can drive to Ozark, Arkansas, and shove those horns up Brian's ass.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
and Tommy Kraft.
They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about this, devil?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those.
It's really sad to inform our audience that Brian in Ozark is hung up. When he heard Clay Henry was going to be on with us, he immediately cowered and hung up his phone. Brian did text in, though. He said, ain't got no time to sit here all day. Don't worry, Ty. I will talk to you Monday when you owe me $100. I do have a...
Did he spell any of the words right?
Listen, I'm not going to throw any stones at glass houses when
Well,
it comes
that's probably a good
callback.
when it comes to communicating. All right, he is called back. Brian, hold on just for a bit. And you say you don't have time. You call ESPN Arkansas all day.
Do you actually
So,
work? Oh, wait, you're a Texas fan.
Clay is actually getting paid to be here. Clay, good morning.
The only way he would do it with you.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
The only way you go on the air with
No. Yeah, that's actually true. But I just like to imagine that Clay wants to be here for free and just educate me on a daily and weekly basis. But then there's the paycheck that he's receiving each week.
Brought to you by
like
APAC.
life skills.
Yeah,
Work with you on your life skills.
The never-ending educational process. Brought to you by APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group. They got immediate job openings in Northwest Arkansas. Licensed CDL drivers, heavy equipment operators. If you're licensed electricians as well, they need you. Diesel mechanics. They've got a variety of positions. Go to jobs.crh.com. That's jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Clay Henry on The Morning Rush is brought to you by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission.
Thank you very much.
It doesn't get better than hunting in Arkansas.
There's never been anything like this.
Before you take aim, be sure to buy your Arkansas hunting license at huntnatural.com.
I'm going to be that way until I die.
Clay, good Friday to you. Football Friday, big game this weekend, 11 o'clock, ABC, of course, here on ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com. Do you want to go right at Brian from the jump? Want to just go and bring him in?
You do whatever you want to. I pretty much just ignore him.
Okay. All right. Brian, what's going on, man?
I just wanted to relay a message to Big Key. Tell that big ass if he wants to come to Ozark, I'll drive him to the Mercy so he can take them horns out of his gay ass.
Big tall. All right, get him out of here.
So a little context.
Don't go there.
Little context from yesterday.
Ryan can't go.
How about that 2000 beatdown of Texas?
Loved it.
I still remember vaguely about the look on Max Brown's face because they couldn't do nothing. So, you go through life knowing and remembering the good times and the bad times. That's a fond memory of mine is that 2000. I know exactly where I was at when that happened.
I was there. That was rough. 10 a.m. start on January 1. That was 2000. That was a rough morning.
Were you a little rough? Hungover?
Absolutely loved it. I hope we got to have a win because we can't listen to Brian's mouth from Ozark much more. I'd rather shoot myself in the foot and bleed to death than hear his trap. And if anybody wants to, I've got a set of 8-foot Longhorns hanging on my wall that I donate if they'd take them down there and just shove it right up his booty as Maximus.
Maybe Clay can accompany Big Keith on that excursion to Ozark if Arkansas gets the victory. Clay, Tommy asked pretty straightforward question. How does Arkansas last hour with 3 defensive backs down? I know it's more of missing Jalen Braxton and Anthony Switzer, not so much Selman Bridges as a young freshman. But, how do you counter this Texas offense that's got a lot of speed on the outside, man?
Well, you hadn't had Braxton, so, it's not like you suddenly lost him. He's been out since the second week. First of all, you just don't make mistakes, and you can, even as poorly as they played against LSU, it was a game in the third quarter, and you gave them the game with turnovers, and that's the recipe for an underdog, and it's not the worst line I've ever seen. It's 12 now.
Keeps going the other way, yeah.
Yeah, that's a competitive game, and if you make mistakes, that it can get out of hand. But if Arkansas, they've got the recipe. It's the same way they played against Tennessee. They were supposed to be, outmatch that game but it's a completely different matchup. Tennessee came with defense, and I think that Texas is they're a little bit more heavy-handed on the offensive side. Don't give up the big plays. Don't turn it over. No mistakes in the kicking game, and make them kick field goals like they get against LSU, and that's the recipe for an upset. I've seen it many times. It would be an upset, but Texas is playing on the road. I don't think they've been in many close games.
You okay?
Yeah. I think he's got
I took a swig of Coke, and it's the carbonation that got me. Shouldn't have done that.
The reality is this thing has been lopsided historically, but there have been strange things happen, and it's not like Arkansas's winless. It just hit Arkansas, Alabama the last 15 years, 16, 17 years. This is, there has been success, and I don't know that the last 12 that we like to point to where the record's 7-5 means a lot for this one, though, Clay.
Yeah, if you get in the game and keep the fans charged up, it's on the Arkansas football team to keep the fans going. Strange things can happen. It's the pressure's on Texas. They've got a lot, riding on the game. They're trying to get into the playoffs, and Arkansas, wants to be bowl eligible, but they have a chance to do that next week. This is a game where Texas could be tight and not play up to their standards on offense. And when you rely on the passing game, it just takes a little bit to be out of kilter. They don't rely on the running game. That's not what they do. I think the big part of this game is getting Jaquindon Jackson back. I think he's as good a player as they have on this team, and their offense was much more dynamic when he was the bell cow in the run game.
Hopefully they keep it going. I want to play a cut real quick from Joe Tessitore. You're talking about the home crowd and kind of keeping them in it. He was on Chuck and Bo yesterday just talking about home field atmospheres.
It's absolutely huge, and especially because you're dealing with 18, 22-year-olds for the most part, with the exception of some 29-year-olds that used to play Major League Baseball. You're dealing with non-professionals who, the emotional roller coaster can impact them. And I look no further than that spectacular we had back in 2021, which I was so honored to call the 40-21 win by the Hogs. And I reflect on that, and then I'm not sharing any secrets here, but yesterday I was in a meeting with Steve Sarkisian, and I know he mentioned this to some reporters, and we're going to discuss it when we come on the air on Saturday. And he said to me, hey, Tess, he said, the first thing I did Monday was I played the final minutes of the broadcast from 2021 where you're screaming through the TV and talking about, here at Arkansas, they hate Texas more than they like themselves. And I think that's very, very true. And when you get those snake pit environments, anything can happen.
So off that clip, I want to ask this question. Whose message gets across to their team better this week? Sark telling his team, if you guys don't show up, this is going to be a game, or Sam Pittman saying, guys, the importance, or some of you don't know the importance of this rivalry. Here it is. play like it tomorrow? Whose message gets across their team better, you think?
Well, and I don't know that the history is going to resonate with today's player, but I think the crowd, I think the environment, Clay, will be what takes this game to the next level, because they do understand noise, they do understand passion, they do understand what comes from the stands starting at 11 a.m.
Yeah, I've talked to former players this week, and what was it like during the week, and what are the important things. And Lewis Campbell, he had some really good points in that you can lose it during the week. You can be so jacked up, at practice that you don't get your work done. You don't get your attention to details complete. And then when you get in the game, you don't have anything to reach back on. You didn't learn what the game plan is. You didn't learn the exact nature of what your assignments are, because you think you're just going to do it with effort. You're just going to play harder. You play your guts out in these games, but you can be so amped up during the week that you don't play well in the game. And I've seen that both ways. I've seen it on the Texas side. Now you have to remember, I've seen more than just Arkansas, Texas. I've seen Oklahoma, Texas. When 14 years at Tulsa World, I covered those games back-to-back week. And, you saw teams that were so emotionally crazed that they could not execute the details, and it became a sloppy game. Turnovers, mistakes, penalties. So, you think, well, what's the importance of the game? It's starts on Sunday. Well, you educate, this is what the game means, but you have to get your details right. And that's what, we don't understand that. We just think, the team that plays the hardest is the one that wins. No, the team that makes the fewest mistakes is the team that will win.
Yep. And brought to you by Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. Farm Credit's got 25 locations around our state. They can take care of your financing needs, whether you're looking to build a brand new home or spruce up the existing one you have. Farm Credit of Western Arkansas can take care of all those financing options. They've been doing it for more than 100 years. And, of course, when it comes to large acreage and agricultural purchases, they are right there for you every step of the way. Go to myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com. Farm Credit is an equal housing lender.
Reminder, Coach Ken Hatfield joins us in about 20 minutes. For now, we talked to Philip in Bentonville this morning here on the Morning Rush. Philip,
hey, good morning, guys. Hey, so I saw on the news, or on thing, that Kane Archer is making a trip to Auburn and to Alabama. And I want to pose this question, and I'm going to ask you guys. Is Kane Archer Sam Pittman's Mitch Mustang? Which mean by is that if he doesn't get the kid to Arkansas, there's going to be grumblings and stuff like this, kind of like the pressure that was put on Houston Nutt to bring those boys in.
That's a good question. I hadn't thought about that before until you just posed it.
But let's not forget you got Grayson Wilson committed to Arkansas.
But he's a 25. Kane's a 26. They've already got that kid from South Carolina. I think it's Jaden Thibodeau that's committed in the class of 2026. So Bobby's already got a quarterback commit on that on the roster. It is. Here's you just have to, and this is not the end all be all of college quarterbacks. Kane's what, 6 feet, 6'1"? Bobby's QBs, if you look up and down, are 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", 6'5", 6'7". Ryan was 6'7". I mean, that's just a track record of who he has on campus in various pit stops. I don't know if that's the only reason that there's possibility he didn't wind up on campus. I'm just saying that's where I would look at if I was an Arkansas fan wondering why maybe Kane might not end up in Fayetteville.
Well, this is the sad part of college athletics and the quarterback game. The quarterbacks that are starting top 25 teams rarely started off at those schools. It's musical chairs.
Yep.
It is musical chairs, and you go pick them every year to fill your needs. You have a chance to see them play it at other levels, at other schools, and they just seem to. I mean, where did Quinn Ewers start out?
Ohio State. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's the way it is.
And he's a Southlake kid, Clay.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, and so for us to sit here and gnash our teeth over what a junior does in high school, where is he going to be in 3 years? He might have transferred.
He doesn't know.
3 times.
Yeah, that's exactly
So,
right.
yeah.
Hey, Clay's with us, courtesy of the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on. If you're already thinking, I know it's just 10:15 this morning, but if you're thinking about lunch today, TGI Fridays on Rogers Avenue, right behind Starbucks, and right there at 540. You cannot beat it. They got some great deals at $9.99 that include an entree, a side, and your drink. They got a 6-ounce sirloin with seasoned fries for only $15.99. They got 10 of those $10 meals that you can find. Also, they've got the Bacon Ranch Chicken Sandwich for $11.99, a Chicken Caesar Salad for $10.99, and their meal deals all include the side and a drink as well.
Ooh.
TGI Fridays, 540 at Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Got some important games in the Southeastern Conference this weekend. Some guys playing, some guys are not. We'll tell you who next on the other side in your SEC update.
Hey, this is Ryan McGee with ESPN and Marty and McGee, and you are listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
All the road hogs have the hog calls and the tailgate ready to roll.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Watch every Hog game this season at Joe's Grill and Cantina, your home for half-price apps and taps during every Hog game. With TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat for all the action. Half-price appetizers like Joe's Sampler Platter, Ballpark Nachos, 10-layer dip, brisket nachos, and Mexican pizza. And ask about Joe's tailgate packages to make your football experience even better in the comfort of your home. Half-price apps and taps for every Hog game at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Are you ready to work for one of the area's premier companies? If so, Forsgren wants to offer you a rewarding new career. Forsgren has been building the foundation of the River Valley for over 80 years. Forsgren is recruiting for experienced concrete finishers, equipment operators, truck drivers, and laborers. Forsgren is a destination point for men and women
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got every day is worth celebrating.
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence
to buy, look at the photos.
Yeah? Who's gonna clean that big house?
We'll hire a housekeeper.
And who's gonna mow all that grass?
I will, on the weekends.
And who will get the kids to school?
We'll start a neighborhood carpool.
You thought of everything, didn't you?
Yeah.
Except, who's gonna sell this house we're living in now?
Nick and Ellie Glidewell. NickandEllie.com.
Equal housing opportunity, Sagely and Edwards Realtors.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make Awake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine on North 11th Street, is your place. Make Awake Bait and Tackle also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make Awake Bait and Tackle, 803 North 11th Street in Fort Smith, 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make Awake Bait and Tackle.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC rivals. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Trusted pool experts and your source for backyard fun. Locations in Springdale, Fort Smith, and now in Greenland. Always online at burtonpools.com.
Florida head coach Billy Napier said quarterback DJ Lagaway will be available for the Florida Gators as they take on LSU in the Swamp tomorrow. Clay, Tommy and I were talking about that game earlier. Who do you like? Florida LSU, typically a pretty big game.
Yeah, I think LSU. I think they've got more to play for. I mean, it's. I just don't. I don't think that he's going to be full speed, and whether he's able to make it through the game, I'm not sure. I think it's even with him, I think Florida doesn't have enough offense in this game.
Doesn't sound like Nico's going to be able to go against Tennessee. Chris Felica reporting that earlier this week. Tommy, Trevor Etienne is not going to be available Saturday night for Georgia, according to multiple reports. Still don't think that's going to be enough to prevent the Dogs from winning that game against the
Guys,
Vols.
this is what happens in November. The rosters change dramatically from one week to the next. You've got a guy, he sits out a week, and then he's back, and it just flips. The quarterback availability, and we're sitting here, thinking that Taylon Green is able to go. He's not full speed.
Mm-hmm.
He's banged up, and what's his status? We won't know until we get through probably the second quarter. It's like, well, he's the difference, or he's not, or it's Singleton. So yeah, there's some parts about this game that the injuries in November are so critical. I mean, you look at Missouri. If Brady Cook plays, they've got a pretty good offense. If he doesn't play, they get average real quick.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a good point. Continuing on your SEC update, guys, do you think with how the Big Ten is played out thus far, having several teams on top of SEC teams, 4 teams from the Big Ten rank inside the top 5 of the college football playoff rankings, Tommy, do you think it would be in the SEC's best interest? And I know you've been rooting for this, but do you think it's in their best interest to play Big Ten teams in that alliance they've been talking about, or do you just SEC say we can only help them by this?
Well, and I think when both are going to try and get 4 seats at the table every year, there's going to be adjustments moving forward.
Yes, correct.
They had to pass, I hate to call it legislation, but they had to get everybody on the same page to get this 12-team playoff started, and these are the concessions that had to be made. But I believe moving forward, there's going to be some kind of agreement. Now, I think that's maybe a bad idea in most years, 9 out of 10 years for the SEC, because the 5th team in the SEC may be better than the 4th team in the Big Ten sometimes. And you might be shortchanging yourself, but I think eventually that's their goal, is to get 4 guaranteed seats for for both of those conferences.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Clay.
The killer for the SEC is that they beat up on each other, and so many 1- and 2-loss teams, and it looks like I don't think that the top teams in the Big Ten are, way, way up and away there. I think they have a very thin, their middle of the pack teams are not that good. And so they had clear separation, and that served them well with the committee. But I don't think those teams are, if they played in the SEC, they'd have a couple of losses. I watch Penn State. I haven't watched them every week, but they haven't done anything to blow me away. For them to be sitting there, in the playoff is, to me, is just, okay, we've got to give 4 teams. And I think that the eye test is not there for Penn State, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I'm saying I think the SEC making that deal shortchanges the conference far too often. So, but I guess bird in the hand.
It could be good. It could be bad.
Well, I think most years it would favor the SEC. All right, that's your SEC update brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. If you're feeling stressed out, you're ready for a break, unwind with a de-stress for less hot tub sale going on right now at Burton Pools and Spas. Melt away your stress in the world's best-selling hot tubs designed to rejuvenate your body, relieve that stress, and just give you a better outlook on life. And right now, save up to $7,000 off. Enjoy free local delivery, installation, and water testing as well. So treat yourself to pure relaxation with a hot tub from Burton Pools and Spas. At Burton's, they don't just sell hot tubs, they build long-term relationships. See them in Fort Smith, now in Greenland, and in Springdale.
Got a massive game in the NFL this weekend. Clay, I know there's a lot of Chiefs fans up near you. They traveled to Buffalo to take on Josh Allen. Is this the first loss for Kansas City, Clay, this weekend in Buffalo?
Well, you'd think so. It seems like that Buffalo has been playing at a higher level, but I just don't like betting against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And the other part about this, it's a mental game, and where are Mahomes and Kelsey right now? I mean, I'm talking about the burglary of their house. Are they frustrated? Are they mad? Are they focused there instead of the details of playing football and getting ready for a top end team?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. I mean, but I would say don't bet against the Chiefs too much. That's a losing proposition. Yeah. Seem like all their games are close, though.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, if you haven't downloaded the Oaklawn Sports app for the weekend, be sure and do that. It's simple. Once you deposited your money in, and it's easy to do that with your debit and credit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay, Venmo, and ACH, on-site cash. You get 10 second chance bets off your first bet. So if for the first 10 days you make a bet and it doesn't work out on your first bet of that day, they're going to give you a second chance bet up to $100 in that first 10 days. Wager on outright winners, spreads, totals, player props, and more. It's all there at Oaklawn Sports. Bet with the brand you trust anywhere in Arkansas. Bet with Oaklawn Sports. Got Ken Hatfield coming up with us in about 5 minutes or so. So we'll visit with Coach and have a walk down memory lane and get he was the coach of the Razorbacks during my childhood. So I'm looking forward to hearing from Coach here in just a second. Talk about memories and walking down memory lane. Gaston's is the great place to do that. At Gaston's, you can rent a cabin or lodge. You got about 80 of those that'll accommodate any kind of family setup. 2 people, 4 people, up to 20 people under one roof together. They can put them side by side. Everybody can have their own privacy, so it's really customizable to what you and your group want. Great fishing with their guides that know the river, fish it every day, and can make sure that you and your kids and your grandkids and your family have a great experience every time. 870-431-5202, Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
It does my heart good when Texas football, Texas basketball, and Texas baseball suck.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
This is the Morning Rush.
And he's in. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath.
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
So Dandy White Perch, big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC and MMA. Head to BetOnline today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and HitThatLine.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in DeQueen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike
Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a Dandy White Perch, big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
Have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
When he kicked the ball, I could tell that we were going to have a chance. All I had to do was catch the ball.
Arkansas sideline. And for the first time in 20 years, Arkansas has come to Austin, Texas
and left with a win. Kenny Hatfield does it. The Arkansas Razorbacks hang on. The Razorbacks are undefeated in the Southwest Conference.
And for the first time in 20 years, Arkansas has come to Austin, Texas, and left with a win. And for the first time in 20 years, Arkansas has come to Austin, Texas, and left with a win. And for the first time in 20 years, Arkansas has come to Austin, Texas, and left with a win. And
what the game meant and looking forward to it because it was the state of Arkansas versus the state of Texas. And the David and Goliath was always the mantra that we had when you're getting ready for that ball game. So, and then as we got on up, there were some just great classic games that Coach Broyles and Coach Royal had against each other. And I think that added to it is the summertime coaches retreat that Coach Broyles did and got all the coaches together and played and competed, and so it just added so much more to the ball game itself when it finally came around. So there were just a lot of differences getting ready for Texas-Arkansas game than there was in all the others.
Coach, we are in a different era of football, and it just seems like it's ever changing too. But if you had NIL, where would you spend your money? Would it be defensive linemen? Would it be quarterbacks, running back? I just remember you having guys like Freddie Childress and Wayne Martin, that were just, war daddy studs. And it just seems like that's a big part of the game. But how would you divide your money up, Coach? Have you thought of that?
No, I hadn't really, because what I do is try to revamp the system on what's good for college athletics and get some people in a room and say, what are we going to do? It still means take the TV money and divide it with all the players and all the athletes who deserve it.
But the biggest thing you do is trying to build your team. One thing I always did on the college football playoff committee when I was on that, I would look the offensive and defensive lines because everybody has skilled people. Because when high school went to 7-on-7 football in the summertime, allowed your skilled people to become so good that everybody has some great skilled people. But you don't do much in the summer with your strength people. And so I always felt like if you had a good offensive, defensive line, then those are the teams that I kind of rated higher than all the rest. So I still would put my money there because you know as well as I do, all it takes is a one defensive end right there that can wreck a great pass protection. When it does, there's nothing there. So I really look for the strength of offensive and defensive linemen that could dominate a game.
There's no doubt you had those kind of players, Coach. And if I look through what this Texas team is like, it's throwing and catching, but they've got the defensive line too. And we tend to, as we rate games, we tend to just like, how many points can they score? It seems like Texas not giving up very many points, and that's the way the Texas teams were, the last 40 years that I remember.
Well, there's no doubt about it, and they have a complete team. In watching them, everything, Sark's done a great job with them on what they are, and I think they're a good, solid team. But when you're a competitor and you're playing for Arkansas, this is the kind of game that gets you to give your maximum concentration and effort to play your best. I mean, really it comes down to, when you get down to it, I've always felt that there was three basic things you had to do. One, just be thankful to God you get a chance to play in a game like this. Most kids would love to just be in an environment to play in the game. Second, if you're going to win the ball game as a player, you just got to give the best you have one play at a time. Not two plays, just concentrate on the one play and what the coaches ask you to do. And then third thing, you just realize there's a great power in a team. You don't have to do it all yourself. But if everybody doing their part, the power of a team can overcome whatever talent is just out there, stuck out there individually. And so if you can do those things and just focus on that and getting ready for the ball game, then have fun playing the game. It's a treat and one you'll remember forever, as we are 60 years later from our team there. We still remember the plays and different things that happened. So this is just a tremendous opportunity in this kind of stage for the ball game this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think we're going to have a heck of a ball game.
That's the same thing I keep saying. Everybody's like, this is going to be a runaway or it's going to be this, and I don't feel that. And I don't remember too many Arkansas-Texas games that weren't close, that the Razorbacks couldn't stay in the fight. Talking to Lewis Campbell early this week, and I said, well, what was it about the game? And he says, you're in the halfway house. I think everybody's forgot what the halfway house was.
Oh, yeah.
And the Texas band cranks up Texas Fight, and he says, anybody that was trying to give a speech then was wasting their time. We didn't need speeches before Texas.
Right. That's exactly right. It didn't matter because it'd been building the whole week, and you just got that. And so I think there wasn't anybody. I mean, we knew this was the culmination of recruiting, the culmination of coaching, the culmination of practice. Back then, it was a culmination of 20 days of scrimmaging every day during spring ball. So everybody put a lot into it, and it was just a matter then, like you say, of just relaxing and do what the coaches had told you to do. And that was the beautiful thing, I think, at Arkansas, and of course Texas had it too. But it was a beautiful thing that we knew if we just we had that much trust and faith in Coach Broyles and all the coaches, that if we just did what they said, we had a chance to win. That's all you could ask for. And I think that's the fun environment and the adrenaline flowing, and you couldn't wait to run out through the A and get ready for the ball game and saying, hey, there's 11 of us there and 11 over there. Let's tee it up and have some fun.
Coach, it was interesting listening to you this week in Little Rock, and I had forgotten. Of course, it's a long, long time ago. that in the post-game celebration that you guys had a visitor in Austin after y'all had beaten a great Texas team. Just tell us about that. You know, the uniqueness of the relationship with Coach Royal and Coach Broyles you already talked about, but that has to play into what happened after that game.
There wasn't any doubt about it. I mean, we were having as much excitement, as much fun as you could do in the visitors' locker room because there haven't been a lot of victory celebrations in Austin in the visitors' locker room. But there was that day. We were having as much fun and shouting and singing and towel whipping everybody. And all of a sudden, in the middle of that melee and noise, Coach Darrell Royal walks into our locker room. And I thought, I wonder if he got lost. You know, what's he doing in here? But, I mean, in an instant, once you saw Coach Royal there, you could hear a pin drop. And I can remember just dying down to eerie silence, and Coach Royal said, "Man, congratulations. You won a great game today, but you beat a great Texas team." He said, "We are not ordinary," and said, "We will not lose another game. If you don't stick to your knitting, pay attention to what you're doing, then if you slip, we'll pick up all the pieces and whatever it takes, whatever's there." So, and then he walked out. That was about it. Then we went back to celebrating. But I think everybody in that room took it to heart, you know, that what he said, that they were a great Texas team. And I think it fueled the confidence we had in playing the rest of them. Because when you knocked off a team that had won 19 in a row with the defending national champion in their own place, it gave you a feeling that we could beat anybody in the world. And that spurred us on to 5 great shutouts in a row, and which was unusual, and we didn't know. And there was a lot of things happened along the way to give that, but certainly it was a great time and era for us. And then it carried us on into the Cotton Bowl against a great, very physical Big 8 team in Nebraska. And we had to have everything to make it happen. Bill Gray made a great tackle of Harry Wilson, who had broken off for a long run, and we actually held them to the try field goal, which they missed. And then later on, when we have our 80-yard drive, and Freddie just goes on a wild thing, did a great job of scrambling and hitting Jim Lindsey and Bobby Burnett, and a classic 80-yard drive. And then Big Jim Williams from Forest City, Arkansas, when Nebraska was trying to get close enough for a field goal, Jim whipped his man, tackled the quarterback Churchich, and we win the ball game. So, and then what the heck? We all get together and pull for the Longhorns that night against Joe Namath at Alabama. Came down to the last play of the game, and Namath tried to sneak the ball in, and he couldn't do it. All the Texas linemen knocked the Alabama guys back. Tommy Nobis makes a great stand on Joe Namath, and with it, we win Texas wins the game, and with it, we win the national championship. Great moment.
Coach, I was kind of, towed along by my dad to the celebration party in one of those ballrooms at I think it was a Holiday Inn Central on US 75, and I laid underneath the piano and watched through legs. I think there was a TV box just sitting on a stage or something, and watched the coaches dance and hug on that stand. I don't know where you were, what party. I mean, there were several parties that night, right? Several get-togethers.
Oh, no doubt, because we're celebrating 2 things. One, we're celebrating. Number 2, we're pulling for Texas.
Pulling for Texas. That's a weird
right.
feeling, yeah.
Yeah, it was a night to remember, and you look around that room, and we had a lot of Texas players on our team too. And you see a guy, Ronnie Cavanis, who's number 1 and number 2 in the record books and tackles and everything, and the kind of games he had right there, and just did a terrific job always. And you talk about several of those guys, that all come. Boy, I tell you, Jerry Lamb and what he could do, and just so many of them, we looked at them and we knew what it meant, a little something special for them too, to come to Arkansas and be part of that.
I got to know Lloyd Phillips after football when he was administrator at Rogers, where my daughters were students. And we'd sit in basketball games together, and you say Texas, and there would come a stern look across his face. And he didn't have to say a whole lot. You just saw it in his face. And I think that man played in a rage in those 3 Texas games that he played in.
He always played in a rage right there. McKenzie would get him all fired up. He'd say something to him or get on him, or Lord, quit being that way and just play football. And whatever it took, he knew how to push Lloyd's buttons at the right time.
Well, if I start my list of greatest Arkansas players, I often start with him.
Yes, sir. He played with an attitude and just made play after play, could just separate him. He was a great person, a great player, and did a great job later on, too, in helping young people in high school.
Coach, that 64 team, and I went through the rosters, and the picture that everybody sees is the varsity, that y'all took the national championship picture kind of. But then there were the red shirts, and then there were the Shoats, and I counted 23 Texans on that team. If you go through, all 3 rosters, and that's kind of the norm when you look through. Arkansas through the years, the good Arkansas teams have that amount of Texans.
Oh, no doubt about it. And the beauty of it was that time really is being in the Southwest Conference, Clay, as you remember. There was no conference like it where 95% of the players on all the teams had played against each other at one time or other. And it was such a unique thing. And we were pretty much our own entity in the Southwest Conference, and that was a goal. You wanted to win the conference so you could represent everybody from Texas and Arkansas in the Cotton Bowl. I think the first game my daddy took to Dick and me, we went and we saw TCU and Air Force Academy played a 0-0 tie, like 1958. And they had to scrape snow off the field to play the ball game. And I remember the Air Force Falcon at halftime was performing, and he got so cold he flew up on top of a smokestack and wouldn't come down, so they couldn't ever get him down after the halftime show. But it's always been a special place, and because what it represented, to earn your right to represent the conference, which is Arkansas and Texas players, against whoever conference around the nation would come to town, that was such an honor and such a goal to try to attain.
Coach, we really appreciate you joining us this morning. Great memories, great walk down memory lane, and excited about this game tomorrow. I'm
excited about this game. I mean, if it can't get you fired up right now, ready to go, then nothing can. And we're looking forward to it. We're having a reunion with almost everybody that's still around the 64 team. Looking forward to that. We're just going to have a wonderful time. We'll be there. And we'll be ready to be called on if they need us. Come get us out of the stand. We're ready to play.
That's a guy that's still got it.
We want him returning punts. That's what we want.
That's a guy that's still got the itch.
All right. We'll have a great time. We'll see you at the ball game.
Thanks, Coach. Again, still got the itch. You could tell when he's talking about coaching and playing. He's still got it a little bit.
He was. I don't
Great
really
questions,
remember
by the way,
Holtz.
Clay.
I remember Hatfield.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the true coach of my childhood. We're brought to you by Matchstick Studios and Modular Orange. You need a great website for your business, and for $95 a month, Modular Orange can create you one, also help you secure it, support it, and keep it up to date. And again, it's only $95 a month with their custom platform. Go to modularorange.com or call 479-755-3043. Clay, you've been with us all morning, or this last hour. It's brought to you by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. When you renew your hunting license in Arkansas, you renew so much more than just your hunt. You renew traditions. Hunting license season is always wide open. Go to huntnatural.com to get your license. That's huntnatural.com. What a great conversation, Clay.
Always good with Coach Hatfield. Always good.
You asked him some great questions. We appreciate Coach joining. I've been pleading with our audience and everyone to get me fired up for this game. I am now fired up for this game.
Are your juices flowing?
The juices are flowing.
We're going to win.
Coach got them going again.
We're going to bring you along for the ride, Ty.
Bring it along for the ride. That was fantastic. If you missed any of that conversation, it'll be on our Bud Light Morning Rush podcast. Phenomenal interview from Coach Hatfield. Clay definitely carried the water on that one. We appreciate everyone joining us today. Halftime, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, coming up next.
Hey, Arkansas, are you feeling lucky? Because the Lotto jackpot is seriously over $4 million right now.